I can't forget the day we met. Your eyes so blue, me piercing through. I can't forget the day we met. Your smile so bright, it made me swoon. Our love is like a summer's day, hot and endless in a magic way. Whenever I see you, all I can think is my summer love. Been waiting for you, my love. My summer love. Been waiting for you, my love. I can't forget the day we met. You looked so fly in your red Corvette. Your hair, your look, your everything. When I see it all.
Do a video on relationships. All right, so I first wanted to start off and say that there's no such thing as a perfect relationship. Perfect relationship, it doesn't exist. And if you're looking for someone to fix you, or you want to fix someone, then you don't belong in a relationship. You have to have a healthy relationship within yourself to make someone else happy. No one can love you until you love yourself. And I always say that, and I'll continue to say that. You know yourself, you are your own person. So you have intuition, you have that feeling in the pit of your stomach. You know when something's right and you know when something's wrong. Don't ever doubt your intuition. There's a lot of toxic relationships out there, and people are all like ready to, crucify people for making mistakes, or just basically going back. And sometimes you need to fail in order to learn, and everything that you go through in life is a learning lesson. There's no excuse to cheat, and there's no excuse to be cheated on. Like, it's not okay. It's not okay for someone to make you feel less than. It's not okay for other people to judge you. I believe people can change sometimes, but sometimes people don't change. And I'm the type of person, like, I always like to see the good in people. If somebody continues to disappoint you, continues to disrespect you, continues to cheat on you, then you need to take it for what it is. I'm only speaking from my experience. And I was in a really, really, really toxic relationship. And I got out of that relationship, but it took me a long time. I was with that person for 4 years. And I thought he was like everything to me. And a lot of people didn't like him. They didn't want me to be with him. And I isolated myself from my family, from my friends. And I ignored the red flags because I was young, I was naive, and I didn't understand. Like, that was my first real relationship. And now I'm in a relationship where I'm happy. I've been happy for 8 years. I'm not saying that I have a perfect relationship and that I know everything, because I don't. And if you guys want to take my advice, then take it. If you guys don't take my advice, that's fine as well. Sometimes you have to learn the hard way. I found someone who I truly love, but I had to go through heartache and hardship to learn what I didn't want in a man. So here are some signs that you're in a toxic relationship. One of the signs is criticism and sabotage, where they make you feel horrible about yourself, constantly put you down. They try to sabotage your self-esteem. They bring you down to your lowest of lows. Use what you tell them, what you open up to them about your insecurities. They use it against you. Call you fat. Tell you that you'll never find anyone else, that they're like your best chance that you got. You're lucky that they're with you. They're just constantly putting you down, blame and anger, instead of taking accountability for how they make you feel. They blame you. They say it's your fault that they're like that. Make you feel like everything's your fault, like everything you do is wrong. Just getting angry over every little thing. Isolation. They don't want you hanging out with your friends or family, but they don't put you first. They're constantly out, but they don't want you doing anything. They're doing whatever they want, but they're trying to stop you from talking to your family, talking to your friends, and just living your life. Blame and anger. So they're constantly blaming you for everything, getting mad over the littlest things, and just blowing up on you. Everything is your fault. isolation, where they don't want you on social media, where they don't want you talking to anyone else. They don't want you making new friends. They don't want you hanging out with old friends. They don't want you hanging out with your family. They just want you to be home, and they want to be the only person that you're with. Like, they want you to solely rely on them. You aren't happy. So that's one of the biggest signs right there. The person that you're with, a person that's supposed to be your other half, is not making you happy. That's the biggest sign that you're in a toxic relationship. And it's like you aren't doing things that you used to do because they tear you down. You dread coming home because you have to be around them. You are around them, but you feel alone. You feel like you have no voice because you're tired of fighting. You're so tired of fighting that you just give up completely and you just shut down. You're basically constantly doubting yourself, thinking in the back of your head, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Is this person right? Am I really a piece of crap? Disrespect. Someone calling you out of your name. Someone putting their hands on you. Period. Whether it's hitting you, whether it's pushing you, whether it's getting in your face, if someone is cheating on you, if someone is screaming at you, and worst of all, if they're doing any of those things in front of other people. You shouldn't be doing it with nobody there, period. Whether it's you and that person, but if someone is doing it around the people that you love, and you rarely see those people, and when you do see them, you're with your significant other and they're putting you down, disrespecting you, and making you feel like crap, that's a toxic relationship, period, point blank. It's control. They are constantly trying to change and control you. They don't want you dressing a certain way. They don't want you hanging out with people. They want you to no longer talk to your friends, tell you it's either me or them, and going through your phone and social media. Those are the 6 signs that you're in a toxic relationship. I just did 6 of them. So if you're in, an unhealthy relationship, if you get with somebody and you're one way and they're constantly trying to change and fix you, you are with the wrong person. You should not. Or if you're trying to get with someone to fix someone, you cannot fix someone. If someone is damaged, only they can fix themselves. Do not get with someone to fix someone. Because at the end of the day, only you can fix you. And only you can change you. You should not change yourself for someone else. Because in all actuality, if you change yourself for another person, you're not changing. You're pretending. You're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for them. And relationship is compromise. It definitely is compromise. So you can learn new things by, compromising and letting your guard down. I was in an unhealthy relationship. I was in a relationship where the person didn't want me socializing with my family and friends, constantly putting me down and making me solely rely on him. He did basically brainwash me into thinking that he was all that I had. But eventually I got tired, and sometimes people learn the hard way by getting tired, and that's the way that they needed to learn. And I feel like every relationship that you have, every mistake that happens in life, it happens for a reason. One door closes, another door opens. And I feel like you're put through situations and things happen to teach you, to make you stronger. And you have to kind of open yourself up. And when you do decide to end a toxic relationship, you cannot make the next person pay for your past relationship. And that's really hard. That's really, really hard. And if you're not ready to move on from that relationship, then you shouldn't. Period. Like I said, I believe that a person can change. I believe if someone cheats, that they can change. Because I've seen it. And the person is faithful. But if someone is continuously cheating on you and basically showing you that they're just going to continue to cheat on you and they're showing you who they are, believe them. Don't try to fix them. Don't think, I'm going to be the person that's going to make this person change. Like, no, you're not gonna make that person change. That person is who they are, and they're showing you, and you're basically enabling them. You're basically telling them, no matter how bad you treat me, no matter how many times you cheat on me, no matter how many times you put your hands on me, because you said sorry, I forgive you and I'm gonna stay. Don't ever, ever allow someone to treat you like that. Move on. It's okay to move on. What to look for in a healthy relationship? Happiness. You know what makes you happy, and you know if you're unhappy. And if you're unhappy, it's time to cut that person out of your life. Happiness. They're the reason for your smile. Their presence is calming to you. You can't wait to be with that person, and if you can't be with them, you can't wait to hear them. When they text you, you're very happy. You don't feel like you have to be someone else. Like when you're with someone and you're happy that you are who you are and they accept you for who you are, that's a sign that you're in a healthy relationship. Because I can tell you right now, in my relationship, I am so happy with him. Like, I do struggle with myself. And sometimes you can be in a relationship when you're not 100% in yourself. But what you have to do is go into the relationship and not expect that person to fix you, because no one can fix you. So coming into this relationship, no, I wasn't 100% loving with myself. I struggle all the time with that, but I don't expect him to fix me. Like I said, happiness. That person has to make you happy. Support. They support you in anything that you do. Push you to achieve your goals. And you never feel alone. No matter how alone you feel in this world, you always know that you have that one person that's going to be there for you. You don't have to hide your past. And this is something that I've noticed, like a lot of people are like, oh, well, I'm not allowed to talk. Like, I have to act like I have no experience before this person. And it's like, why? Why do you have to sit here and act like you didn't have a past before them? Like, I have a past. My boyfriend that I'm with now, he wasn't my first. I've been with other people, and that's fine. He's been with other people too. At the end of the day, like, when you get to know someone, you get to know all of them. And getting to know people, you have to know that they come with a history. They come with the past. And you should never shame someone for their past. It's okay that they've been with other people, because you know what? They ended up with you. And you make them happy. And if you aren't happy with that person, and that person isn't happy with you, walk away. Never go to bed angry. This is something that I live by. Never go to bed angry. And even if I try to go to bed angry, my boyfriend will not let me go to bed angry. He's like, nah, you're not sleeping. Let's talk about it. And I honestly love that. Like, I love not going to bed angry. I love, never have I ever in this relationship, knock on wood, cried myself to sleep like I have in my past relationships. And rarely do I cry. This man rarely makes me cry. Like, yes, we fight. It's normal to fight. Like, you have your own personality, and that person has their own personality. Like, sometimes you're gonna clash. Sometimes you're gonna disagree on things. But as long as you do it in a respectful way, then that's fine. If everybody was the same, the world would be freaking boring. Like, why would you want to be with somebody who's the exact image of you? Like, of course, you want to have similarities with someone. But do you really want to be with someone who's just like you? No. You want to have some excitement. Like, you get with someone and you're with someone and you gain that friendship first. You should always be friends first. But you get with someone and they teach you new things. And that's how you build a friendship. That's how you build a relationship. That's how things last. That's how things stay exciting, is you guys teaching each other things and trying new things out together. Respect. If you love someone and you want to make it work, the biggest thing is respect. You have to respect somebody. A lot of people who are together for a while, they forget that, this person does not have to do anything for you. Or if you're in a new relationship, this person doesn't have to do anything for you. They don't. They do it because they want to do it. And you should always say thank you. You should always show that you're appreciated. and, you know, just show your gratitude. Like, thank you. My boyfriend still opens the door for me 8 years later. Like, I was like, well, I wonder when that's gonna stop. It still hasn't stopped. He still does it for me. And if I cook dinner almost every day. He still says thank you. If I clean the house, he says thank you. It's our house. We live together. He doesn't have to thank me. It's my house too, but he does. And when he buys me food and he takes me out, or he does something for me that he's like, oh, well, that's my job. I'm supposed to take care of you. You're really not. Like, I'm an adult and I can take care of myself, but you're taking care of me and I appreciate you. A lot of people who are in relationships, they forget to show gratitude to their spouses. And remember, respect that person, love that person, say thank you to that person. Comfortability. If someone makes you uncomfortable in who you are, they're wrong for you, period. If you're comfortable with someone, like, you can just 100% be yourself, be goofy, dance crazy, do imitations, whatever it is. Introduce them to your crazy family, because I know my family is crazy. And you know what? My boyfriend still loves my family. And my ex-boyfriend, not so much. And that's okay, because he was not for me. You can talk about anything with that person. You feel comfortable telling them everything and anything. And you don't have to worry about them judging you. That's a sign of a healthy relationship, because you're best friends with that person. Like, you just trust them with everything inside of you. And that's hard. It's hard to trust people like that. So if you feel like 100% comfortable with that person, then you know you're with the right person. And when you're feeling low, like, okay, everybody has their moments where they're feeling low. Everyone. I don't know not one person who is happy every single day. And if you are, give me what you got, because I need it. Like, for real. But if you're feeling low and they lift you up at your lowest, that's a keeper. That's definitely a keeper. If someone pushes you down when you're already feeling low, then they're pieces of crap. And your friends and family, love them. Like I said, I only speak from what I know. And I know that in my past, I was in a very, very toxic, abusive relationship. I know it's easy to get caught up in believing that that person's gonna change. But if they do it and they continuously do it, then don't stay with that person. Don't be with anyone, especially if you have kids. If you have children, leave. Walk away. Because you don't want your child to think that that's a healthy relationship. Because trust and believe, whatever happens in your home around your child, it's going to affect them in the long run. It's going to impact them. Follow your intuition. Know your worth. Don't let anybody put you down. Don't stay with anyone that disrespects you. Don't stay with anyone that embarrasses you and that doesn't support you. If you have any of those signs that you're in a toxic relationship, leave. It's okay to leave. Like, I know it's scary. You're like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do if I leave? Like, I've invested so much time. Don't think about how much time you invested in that person. Because at the end of the day, you're wasting your time. You're not investing it. You're wasting your time. And people think that. I thought that. I'm like, oh God, like, we've been together for so long. Like, you know, how am I going to know, like, what to find? And I know friends who are like, I'm never going to find someone else. Like, I just want to continue to make it work when you know you're not happy. If you know you're not happy and you know it because you're constantly miserable, leave. End that relationship. Choose happiness. Happiness is a lifestyle. You have to start with yourself before you can even start with anybody else. And, you know, you guys both individually have to be happy. Like, period. And if you feel some type of way, like, say something to that person. You don't have to have the passcodes to someone's phone and social media. That's sign of a toxic relationship, and that's honestly addicting. Let me check your phone. Let me check your phone. Trust me, I've been there. But it's kind of takes over your life. Like, you're constantly wanting to check that person's phone. Constantly wanting to check their social media. So what? You think that people aren't going to look like, oh, when you was out, I seen you look at that girl's butt. Okay, if it was big and it was nice looking, you have eyes, you're human. I look at girls' butts. Like, it is what it is. As long as that person's not disrespecting you and cheating on you and acting out. And people say, oh, it happened out of nowhere. It never happens out of nowhere. Cheating never happens out of nowhere. And whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, you initiate that. You initiate it. You open the door. If you have to delete something to hide it from your significant other, if you feel uncomfortable and you don't want your significant other finding out about a conversation that you had with somebody, then it's wrong. You shouldn't do it. And people are like, little things like that lead to cheating because you're texting someone, you're flirting with someone, you're letting someone do things with you that you shouldn't be doing because you're in a relationship. And you sit here and you do that because you're not happy. You think you're not happy in your relationship, and you start cheating on that person instead of investing that time in the person that you're with. Like, invest that time into the person you're already with. Don't cheat. It doesn't come out of nowhere. Don't sit here and flirt with other people. Don't sit here and sneak around. There's no point. If you don't want to be in that relationship anymore, end it. I don't believe cheating is okay. I'm not with it. I'm 100% against it. And I will respect you more if you tell me you don't want to be with me than for you to cheat on me. Because cheating is the coward way out. It takes more balls for you to address the situation and be like, listen, I love you, but I'm not in love with you anymore. And I can no longer continue this relationship. I'm sorry, but we have to go our separate ways. You have the power to end it, and you should end it because it's wrong. My advice to people who want a relationship but are so eager to find a relationship, do not rush. Do not rush. And don't get bitter because you're waiting and waiting and you feel like, oh, it's never going to happen. I'm never going to move on. Like, let me tell you something. I have a friend who had broke up with her previous relationship and she was single for a while and she thought she would never ever find anyone. And she's engaged now. And I have another friend who is in a relationship and she's so happy. And I always told her, you're going to find someone. You're beautiful. You need to love yourself though. You need to stop putting yourself down. You need to love yourself and believe that there is somebody out there. She's like, oh, I don't believe that. And she has somebody now. And I knew it before she knew it because I knew her worth. And sometimes it's hard for us to see our worth. Whether it's a guy, whether it's a girl, it's hard for us to see our worth, but you know your worth is there. Don't ever, ever, ever doubt your worth. Know what you want. Love yourself. And everything else will fall into place. You already know what you want. Look for those red flags. If you don't want someone who is a cheater, don't get in a relationship with someone, or don't start a relationship with someone who was in a relationship while you guys started talking. That person cheated. It's red flags right there. You know the red flags. You open your eyes, see them for what they are, and move on from it. So like I said, this was Kitchen Talk with Kimber Day. I hope you guys enjoyed this. My Instagram name will be right here. And like I said, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. And thank you for watching Kitchen Talk. Bye.